Hello everyone and welcome back to my page. This is April from April Notes. I hope everyone is staying healthy and not going stir crazy. So I thought I would start off today by introducing all of the supplies that I'm going to be using on the card. First, if you don't want to watch this part, please feel free to skip ahead to the actual card making. I post it below the timeline when that actually starts. But I want to introduce this paper pad, and this is one of the main products I'm using. It's by a company called Creative Devotions, which is under American Crafts. And I actually found this pad at Tuesday morning last year, and I totally fell in love with it. I could not find it online at American Crafts, but I did find it at Scrapbook Central and on someone's Etsy page. So not easily found, but if you can't find it, it's great. So one of the things that I love about it is that it's 6x6. It has really, really vibrant colors, and also it was really cheap, and it has a ton of paper. And like a lot of people, I am a sucker. I am a huge, huge sucker for a great paper pad. So this pad actually has gold paper in it and like glitter paper of different colors, and then it also has watercolor paper, and it has just regular pattern paper, so it's pretty versatile. And I've been buying a lot of paper pads like that a lot because I seem to get more for my money that way. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. You can tell it is well used, so I'm actually going to be using that gold in today's video. But I just want to show you what these papers look like. So this paper, I'm going to be using that pattern paper right there for the card today. And then these are just what the other pages look like. And then, so, I know it's kind of hard to tell, but this is thicker. This is one of the watercolor pages. And I haven't tried them yet, but I think I will, and hopefully I can make a video out of that. I've been telling myself I'm going to do it. It says on the front that, they're watercolor, but I've not tried them yet. I don't know exactly how they work. But I love that they have those in there. And they're thick, like they'll soak up a lot of water. So you just have a few more different designs. They also have some really nice, like, spiritual or inspirational sayings. This one is really nice. It has keep your eyes fixed on Jesus, pray all the way. I think that would be really fun to watercolor. Maybe do some Bible journaling at some point with it. I'm not sure. I haven't done Bible journaling in a while. Yeah, I've been saving this hot pink little number for a while. And then this gold glitter paper I actually will be using also. And then you see it just repeats. So you actually get more than one piece of paper of the same pattern. So I'm pretty excited about that. And yeah. So next product. These are the Spellbinders Nestabilities Scallop Etched circle dies, or I think scallop edge dies. And I love these dies. They are definitely a staple in what I use for card making. I like them because it's like a circle with a flare, and the edges are etched, so every other die has tiny little dots it does around the scallops, and then the other dies have tiny little half circles that it makes, and it just impresses it into the paper, and it just adds the cutest little touch. I also like putting the dies together, and if you put two, the large size and the next larger size, you can make like a frame. So you can put them together to make frames, and they stack neatly and they store neatly, and they are well used.
So these are the Elizabeth Craft Designs party lanterns. I picked these up at a scrapbook expo, I think last year, maybe year before last. And I really failed to use them. I bought them because I really liked them, and then I got lazy because they seem to have a lot of pieces, but I really want to use them more. And so I decided to use them on today's card. And what attracted me to them is that you can create a little paper lantern. So the lanterns look like this. See, I've pre-cut a whole bunch in an attempt to saying I'm going to use them. So the lanterns, they cut out like this, these cute little pieces of paper. And what you do is you can put vellum behind them, and then this little piece right here is meant to cut out little hooks, and so it attaches. And so then it looks like it's a little bella. Looks like it's a little lantern. So they go together. Something like this. See? And so you can make a little lantern. And I just think that is the cutest thing. I've cut these out in so many different designs. It's crazy. So many different colors. So that's what those look like. And I'm going to be using a few of these, cutting them out of the gold paper. So the next thing I'm going to be using are these wonderful glitter stripes by Queen & Co. Now it says yellow here, but they're actually gold. I mean, it might be kind of hard to tell, but they're gold. And I like them because they're self-adhesive and you can just peel it off and stick it on your project. So I only have 7, 8, 9 left. I used 3 already, but I think these are super cute, and I had them for a long time, and I've been wanting to use them up, so finally I get a chance to use some of these. So the next thing I'm going to be using are these strips. The next thing I'm going to be using are these picks that I found at Michael's. And so, okay, these are Martha Stewart, and they are food picks. They're meant for food. But I saw them, and so you can kind of see one says party, and then the other side it says cheers. I'm going to take it out to use them. And they're just so cute. I mean, look at that. So I'm going to be using these also. One other thing that I used on my card is this gold thread. So this is by DMC, and it's just gold thread. So I just like keeping this around. It lasts a long time because I don't make a lot of projects that require that I use thread, but something else that I find useful in addition to this is this. It's just clear, and you can't probably even see that, if you can see that, but it's just clear thread. This can make great for things you want to hang. I've seen some really awesome videos online using this, which is what inspired me to buy it. But yeah, so these two. But today I'll be using the gold thread.
So let's go ahead and get started with the card. I'm going to grab that dot pattern paper from the 6x6 paper pack. And for the dies I'm using, I actually need 2 of the pieces. Then I'm going to grab a 4.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock. This is, I think, 80-pound Nina Solar White. And basically what I'm trying to do is lay out the dies in the way that I'm going to want them to look. Once I'm done, I'm just trying to see what they're going to look like, organize it real nicely. And then I don't want to forget, because I will. So I'm going to go ahead and take a photo with my phone, and that way I can just save it and then look at it a little bit later. Alright, now I've got my photo. I'm going to look at that later. And now I need to actually cut out the scallops. So I'm going to go ahead and match them out. You see how they just barely fit. And that's 4, so it's perfect. So I'm going to use my cutting plates with my Gemini. So I do have a Gemini, but I'm just going to cut it off screen because that'll take way too long to show you all the cutting. So I'm going to cut all 4 off screen. And now they're done, and you know, I decided to use that pink glitter paper that you see. Also, I was going to use just the gold, and I changed my mind. So I'm looking, and so now that I have how the dies were before, I'm going to try and match up these circles, the circles that I cut, or the scallops I cut, kind of to that. And I'm going to temporarily adhere them to the cardstock. Oops, sorry, that got in the way. I'm going to temporarily adhere them to the cardstock using my Kikuyo dot liner. And I'm just going to go ahead and put them on in a way that I think works best for me. And then what I want to do, because I'm doing this off the edge look, is I'm going to use my Tim Holtz my tonic guillotine trimmer, and I'm going to cut off all of the extra edges. It was a little difficult at first because everything was sticking out, but I just lined it up. And now that I've cut everything off, I want to pop it up. So it was only temporarily adhered. So I have these foam squares. I don't have any foam tape. I ran out and I need more, and it's expensive and I'm super cheap. I'll buy dies, but I won't buy foam tape. So I'm just going to adhere them one by one, and I'm going to actually cut. Presto, it's done, because that took a long time. I'm just going to tell you. I saved you a lot of time right there. So I popped it all up, and I'm really loving how everything is looking now. Everything has some more dimension to it. And now we can move on to the next stage, which I get to use the picks. Yay! So I'm going to go ahead, I'm opening up the picks, and I think for this one I'm going to use the cheers. Yeah, I know, it's kind of funny they're fruit picks. I get it, I get it. I'm trying to see how. So, I grabbed this piece of vellum because I wanted the cheers, which is going to be the only sentiment. I really wanted it to stand out. And I'm going to use that same scallop die that's for that one side circle, and I'm just going to cut it out. Presto. It's like the cooking channel. And it's done. So I'm going to just kind of adhere that. I like to adhere vellum like this behind because you don't see the glue. And I'll put a little bit of glue underneath sometimes on the front. See, now look, that stands out way better than it did before. That's awesome. Alright, so now it's time to move on to the fun bits. I mean, that was fun though, but this is also really fun. So I get to use glitter paper. I love glitter paper. And I'm going to use my Sizzix Sidekick. If you've never used a Sizzix Sidekick, please watch the video at the very end of this video. I did a little segment on a product spotlight, and I'm telling you a little bit more about this product because I love it. And no, Sizzix isn't paying me to do it. I just want anybody who hasn't used it to know what it's like to use. And so I'm going to go ahead and I need to cut out all of these little bits. So you see I cut out the glitter paper lanterns, and now you see these squares there are in all the different shapes. Out of vellum, I've gone ahead and cut out the backing to them. So, oh yeah, and then I need to do this. So these are the little handles I was showing before. It looks kind of a mess right now, I know. It'll all come together, I promise. Now I'm trying to organize everything. So I have a whole jumble of stuff, and I need to see what lanterns I want. I didn't know how many I was going to use, and I actually only ended up using 4. I'm using my tweezers because they're just so tiny. And I don't know, my hands, using these tiny things, my hands always feel like they're giant hands. Just like trying out to use these tiny things. So I tried tape runner, I tried liquid glue. I probably should have used some of that stick it tape, to be honest, but I'm going to cut all the saga of all the glues I tried. Finally, this kind of worked, what I did here. And so you have to put the glitter bits onto the vellum. Okay, so yeah, this one I'm trying liquid glue. Also, I want to mention you don't have to use vellum for the back part of the lantern. You could use anything. You can use cardboard paper. I just personally like the look of vellum. So this is me trying to take the lantern handle and put it on with glue. This took a while, and I definitely am not going to show you how long it took me, but just know this was a labor of love. This was actually the hardest part of the whole card, and I think I should have cut those out with Stick It also. It would have been so much faster. If you guys don't know, Stick It is just this nice, thin, double adhesive. It comes in sheets, and you just put paper on and peel off the back. It's called Stick It paper, I think. Alright, so done. I finished that. Now I have lanterns. I need to make them look like they're hanging. So here's that gold thread that I talked about before. So now I'm going to attempt a very poor attempt at stringing these. At first I was trying to string everything and I would tape it on the back. And I want to tell you, that worked, but then, I don't know, I did something and it shifted and the string had come off. So it took me a few tries, but I ended up stringing everything together. And I thought I could hang them so that they kind of like hung. See how they're shaking there? Yeah, that shaking. I ended up gluing these lanterns down because the shaking, they kept on overlapping. So I might have had to do like every other lantern. I don't know. Maybe you can try it and get a better result. But I ended up gluing those lanterns down and I just taped the string on the back of the card. And now I actually want to put this on a card base. So my card bases are 5x7. I've been making a lot of larger cards lately. Gotten a lot of feedback from friends, family. They like the larger cards. So I'm like, okay, let me see if I can transition. And so I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use that seafoam green or this magenta. Ended up going with the magenta, although I always grab that teal color because I love it. But the pink just worked with everything. And now I'm going to use these gold little striped dots that we talked about. I love these dots. I think that I just think they're so cute. I know I said that before, but I do. I think that they are super, super cute. And that's it, actually. That card is done. And I want to show a second one I made off camera. I didn't film it, but using the exact same idea, but I used paper from a different paper pad. So I used this Die Cuts with a View Lively Geo's 12x12 paper pad. I think I found this at Joann's originally, and I love this paper pad because it has prints I love. I love pinks and turquoises and peaches, and a lot of the pages have this gold foil on them. I did not use that. I used a geometric teal design for the card, but you know, if you get a chance, Die Cuts with a View, they have beautiful papers. Look at that shine on the stripes. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and I keep on cutting pieces from it. But those are the two cards for the day. Thank you so much for watching, and if you stay just to the end, I'll be able to show you just a little product spotlight for the Sizzix Sidekick. And here are just the cards one more time. Gotta do the glamour shot. And please leave a message below if you have any questions, and please don't forget to follow me. Thanks.
This is my sidekick, and I bought this at a scrapbook expo last year, and I felt very indulgent buying it because I thought I already have a couple of die cut machines. You know, I don't need more. Okay, I have a few die cut machines. I was like, I don't need more. This little thing is so cute. You can fit, I believe this plate is 2 inches wide. Let's see, it is 5 by 2. So this is 5 by 2. I love it. You can cut, and what I like it for are small dies. So for instance, dies such as so tiny dies like such as this, things that aren't too wide can fit straight on there. You can just grab some paper, cut it, stick it on there. You don't even always need glue. It's got this lever here, so you can just suction it down. You put the paper just like you would do a little sandwich, and then you take the whole sandwich, you feed it through. And it's a little die cut. So for a lot of my smaller die cutting jobs, especially when it's tiny, I don't even use my larger die cut machine. I have a Gemini by Crafter's Companion. I use that for larger jobs as needed, but this thing, I mean, this little sidekick, it is absolutely amazing. You can do it both ways. So if you are left-handed, which I'm not, but you can do it this way if you need to. And I just think if you want to invest in something that's small and compact and tabletop, it is so great.
So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the product spotlight at the end. Please feel free to subscribe to my page below and follow me on Instagram. Have a great rest of your week.